In this video, I'll be showing you how to create a two-step opt-in using Thrive Leads. Now, Thrive Leads is an extremely powerful plugin, so you can really do a lot with it. In today's video, I'm specifically going to be showing you how to put together a two-step opt-in in the body of a post or page using a button, link, or image trigger. Hey guys, I'm Christine I do videos on setting up your blog and website so that you can get more subscribers, readers, clients, and buyers. If that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you ring the bell, you'll be notified when my new videos come out. Now, before you create your two-step opt-in, it'll be helpful if you set up two things in advance. First, connecting your email marketing service to Thrive. In order for Thrive Leads to add your new subscribers' info to your email list, Thrive Leads has to be set up to talk to your email service. So just go to your Thrive dashboard, look for API connections, click on Manage Connections, click on Add New Connection, and then it'll probably ask for API credentials. You'll have to get that from your email marketing service. Second, your thank you page. After your new subscriber submits the opt-in form, think about where you want them to go. If you'd like to send them to a thank you page, it'll be helpful if you create that first. But you don't have to create a thank you page if you don't want to. You can simply just display a quick thank you message, and for that you don't need to prepare anything. You'll just set that up in the Thrive Leads form. So let's take a look at the Thrive Leads dashboard. I know this can look pretty confusing if you're new to Thrive Leads, but I promise you it's really not that bad. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you can always watch the linked tutorials like here and here. They're really helpful, so I definitely recommend watching those. The first thing you'll have to do is create a Thrive box. So let's click Add New. And I'll give it a name and click Add Thrive Box. And then we'll have to go over here to the Edit button to edit the design. And next we'll have to create a form. I'll just put in test, click create form, and then we will have to click the edit design button again. So it is sort of 2 levels deep. So from here you have a couple of options. You can use a blank template and create the entire design from scratch, or you can use a pre-made template. Now I'm going to choose a one-step template because my trigger is going to be a button, image, or link, which I'm going to set up on the actual page. So I don't need that step of prompting people to opt in. If I were to use one of these two-step opt-ins like this one here, it would actually end up turning into a 3-step opt-in. So I'm gonna look for something that just says one step in the title. Here's one. So I'll click choose template. Now at this point, I'm going to let you explore the customization options. You can simply click on an element here and then look at the options over here on the left. This particular element is the lead generation element, and that's what's going to let people put in their email address to get your freebie or to sign up for your email list. You will need to configure this. You will need to click Add Connection over here on the left, and then you'll select your email marketing service, and then you can select your list and the form that you want to use. To add new elements, you can click this little plus sign over here on the right, and you can choose from any one of these elements. Let's say you want to add some columns. You can just click and drag that over here and select a column layout, and then you can add other things to your columns. Let's say you want to add an image. Just click and drag that over, and it'll prompt you to choose an image. I'm just going to delete all of this now, since I don't need it. If you're ever not sure what you're working in, you can click on an element, and this is the breadcrumb bar up here. It's very handy. If you would like to change the background, what you'll need to click on is the background section up here. And then you'll need to change the background style. So let's say you want to change the color, you can click a new color, click apply, and always don't forget to save your work. And one thing I wanted to mention with the lead generation element, let's go up here, main options. Let's actually go ahead and add that connection now. Okay, so I'll have to choose my mailing list, So these forms exist in ActiveCampaign just so that Thrive and ActiveCampaign can talk to each other. So I wouldn't spend the time in ActiveCampaign styling these forms. No one is ever going to see them. You're just going to use this, this form that's in Thrive boxes. So when someone submits the form, if you'd like to send them to a specific thank you page, you can paste that URL in. Let me get out of this real quick. Right here, or you can set up a simple thank you message instead. So once you're finished designing your form, make sure you save your work, and then you're actually ready to insert it into a blog post. But in order to do that, you're going to need to copy the shortcode. So let's exit out of this. Let's go to the Thrive Leads dashboard. Let's copy this shortcode. And then let's start a new post. Now right now I'm working in the Gutenberg block editor. If your editor looks a little different, it's probably because you're in the classic editor, and I'll show you how to do this in the classic editor as well. So let's say that you want to add an image to your blog post, and then clicking on that image triggers your Thrive box. So let's start by adding an image. I'll click this plus sign and then click image. And I will just grab something from my media library, which there's only one image in. All right, so it is a little bit difficult to add shortcode in Gutenberg. So I'm gonna do this sort of a roundabout way. I'm gonna click these three dots here. I will click edit as HTML. And then up here, I will paste in the shortcode. Now, as you'll see, if you look at the code, you'll see something that says Thrive two-step with an ID, closing brackets, and then trigger goes here. And then this is the end tag that says /Thrive two-step. So your trigger, whether it's a link, an image, or text, needs to go where it says trigger goes here. So let's just delete this. And I will cut and paste this one at the end. All right, so now you're going to get a little thing that says this block contains unexpected or invalid content. Just click resolve and then convert to blocks. So it has now converted that to the short code block for you. Now the reason why I had you do it this way is because if you're not familiar with code, you wouldn't know what to type in here as the trigger, right? So it is sort of roundabout, but I do think that's probably the easiest way to do it if you're going to use the Gutenberg editor. And now I'm going to do the same thing with text. So for that, I can actually just start typing, and I'm going to need to copy and paste the shortcode again. So I'll copy that. Actually, I don't think you're going to want a space here. And we can do the same thing with the button. Let's go up here to the little plus sign, click on that. If you don't see the button block pop up, you can just search for it. This little blue thing here, that is the actual button. So you can type whatever text you want to appear on the actual button. Now from here, I'm going to do the same thing we did up here. I'll click the little three dots. I will click edit as HTML. And from here, I'm going to copy and paste the Thrive shortcode. This needs to go at the top. And something a little strange is probably going to happen as soon as I click out of this, because Gutenberg is trying to be smart. It's going to tell me that I have an error, but that's okay because we'll fix it in a second. So I'll go up here and copy Thrive two-step. Right, so here's the error. It says you can either resolve or convert it to HTML. I'm going to click convert to HTML. And then I'm going to paste in the closing shortcode. All right, so now we've got the three different kinds of links. Let's see what that looks like on our page. So here's our image, our text, and our button. So there we go, we've got our two-step opt-in triggered in three different ways. Now we can also do this using the classic editor, except For the button, you will need to know what code to put in to make a button appear. I'm not a programmer, so I'm just going to copy the button code to show you how it works. So let's go back to our post. I'm going to copy this and let's install the Classic Editor plugin. So let's go to Plugins. I've actually already got it installed. I need to just activate it. And let's go to a new posts page. So let's start with the button, since that is already copied to my clipboard. We're going to need to add that in the text view. So I'll just paste that in. If we were to add it to the visual view, we wouldn't see the button as it's sort of depicted here where it says button. What we would end up seeing is this code right here. That's what it would display. So that's why we need to add it to the text view instead of the visual view. Now to add the shortcode to a text link, we can do that from the visual view. So I'm just going to copy this opening shortcode again. I'm going to add my text, and now I'm going to add my closing shortcode at the end of that text. And now let's add an image. So I can add this shortcode, and then I'm going to add an image. I'll just go to Add Media, find any old image, and then I will add my closing shortcode. All right, so now let's see what that looks like. All right, so we've got our button, got our text, and we've got our image. Alrighty, so that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, I would genuinely appreciate a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!